Okay, so here we
I didn't lose
go. Let's go through a couple notes here. All right, here we go. We're on section 4.6, which is multiplying. Tomorrow we'll do dividing, which is one of the last few sections of like the basic operations. Then we're going to talk about how do we use this stuff. So we're going to be multiplying decimals.
Basic operations?
So multiplying decimals. So basic operations like add, subtract, multiply, divide. Monday, I should say, we'll start division.
Dividing.
And then we're going to go into like what we use this stuff for, which is kind of the cool part. Because that's what most people want to know, like why are we doing decimals, what are we going to use for? That's what it'll explain. So the first thing here that we're going to be talking about, we need to talk about the different methods. Now, we did this yesterday. You guys were very comfortable doing the column method. Okay?
And there's lattice.
Yep. I want to talk about lattice method for sure. So we're going to do both methods today. So I'll do one column, one lattice, and then I'll turn you loose today. Now, the goal on this, when we do these, is to see that they have similarities. Right? There is similar ways of doing it. It's just I need to make sure that if you're not comfortable with one, you can do the other in case. Okay? We're going to do two examples of multiplying products. Okay? Whatever you want to call it. So we're going to find a product. It's multiplying. But we're going to do some kind of bigger numbers today. Yesterday, I focused on some of the smaller ones. Today we got to get to the bigger ones, and we do have homework today. So I'll make sure of that. So
It's not like two things of homework and
nope,
one.
it is one page. I think it's 5 problems. Okay. This homework will be due on Tuesday next week. Tuesday, which I believe is the 6th. Okay, Tuesday the 6th. Okay. All right. Questions about what we're doing today? Let's jump in. Let's do the first one here. Here's the first one I'd like you to write down. Okay. 72.05, and we're going to be multiplying by 0.468. It's our first one. And again, I said it. I'm picking larger numbers today. Larger digits.
Yep.
Okay, now, let's talk about the rules here when you multiply. And we're going to do column method. So this will be our first example. So we'll do column method.
Column method.
Yep. That's one we're kind of more familiar with. What are the basic rules for it? What do we look for? What do we do?
Don't have to line up the decimals.
Okay, good. We do not line up decimals.
But there's a reason for that.
Yep, we do not line up decimals. Now why? What's our reason?
Because you have to forget them.
Exactly. The whole point of that is because we forget the decimal. You can, what I would actually say when you write down your problem, like I would always write down the original problem before I start. But when you actually go to like the column, don't even put the decimal in there. Don't. Because that way you don't accidentally fill in zeros where you don't need them, all that good stuff. In fact, like on this problem, I know there is a 0 right here. There's a 0 in front of that decimal. I don't need it. Because, like you said, I'm going to forget the decimal anyway. So why would I want to fill in zeros when I don't need them? Okay? Now in the middle, I do need to get that 0 because it is in the middle. But like on that one, I don't need to fill in the one in the front or the ones behind 8. I don't need to do that. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to forget the decimals, do not line them up, and just multiply it as normal. So you're just doing normal finding the product. Okay? Now, when you do this find the product for a column method, you do have to make sure that you are carrying numbers over, so you have to carry 2 digits. So if you carry a 2 digit, it has to go to the left side. And when you go down to the next row, make sure when you do a row, you need to make sure you fill in the guard dog. Guard dog, or the egg, or the 0, whatever you want to call it. Okay, you can call it the 0 if you want. You got to fill those in when you move on to the next row down. Okay?
I know where you're probably going this weekend.
So we don't.
Buddy Holly.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not a Buddy Holly fan. So I know. Okay, here we go. So when we line these up, 72.05. We're going to multiply by 468.
Oh my goodness.
So notice when I wrote down my problem, no decimal. I don't even need it. I ignore the decimal. Okay, so we're gonna multiply it 5 times 8.
45.
Nope.
40.
40. Okay, so 5 times 8 is 40. We carry the 4. 8 times 0.
It would be 0.
0 plus 4.
4.
4. 8 times 2. 16. Carry a 1. 8 times 7.
You know what? You got to do.
Gotta hand out the multiplication chart.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know how you forget. Oh, do you just have Sam's?
Yeah, you must have yours.
I must. What do you want?
Okay, 7 times 8. We'll go, Sam, you have yours, so what is 7 times 8, please?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Print this off tonight.
56?
56, and we had 1?
57.
57, all right. Now, we're done with that number, we're done with the 8, so I'm gonna cross out the 8, and when you do that, you gotta get rid of all the numbers on the top now. So remember, when you move on to the next row, you have to fill in the guard dog, but you also have to erase all carried over digits.
So,
Carry over digits.
other work stuff that you did.
You
on-
guys have
Yeah,
practice.
all the, the extra work, you have to erase those. What?
Do you guys have practice tonight?
No, I can't. Go to North Union tonight, so I leave here in about
Haven't you gone on some already?
Okay, so now, when we go to the next one, we have to fill in the 0. This is the guard dog, the egg, that I fill in because I'm moving on to the 6. It's 1 over. So I have to fill in my guard dog. Now, 6 times 5,
40. 30.
30. Okay, so 0, carry the 3. 6 times 0,
Is that a
0 plus 3,
3.
3. 6 times 2,
12.
yeah, 12?
12, carry 1. 6 times 7,
42?
42 plus 1,
43.
43. Okay? And notice, I'm lining up the numbers correctly. This is a big deal that you line up the numbers. Don't get off by a ways. Line them up perfectly below the numbers like I'm doing. Okay? And try to keep track of that. Don't get, try to take your time on that. Now, when I move on to the next one, because I'm done with the 6, I have to get rid of the work that you carried over. And now I'm going on to the next row, and you have to fill in the other guard dogs. Because I have to go 2, because I'm done with 2 numbers now. Okay, now we're starting all the way over.
20.
So, yep, 4 times 5 is
20.
20, carry the 2.
2.
4 times 0,
0, 2.
and 2, yep. 4 times 2,
8.
8. And notice I'm writing them down directly below. 4 times 7,
28.
28, so 28. And I don't need to carry a number over, there's no number, so I'll just write 28 down. And now I can add straight down. This is the part where I said you have to be very careful on where you have your numbers. So
0, 4.
Yeah, so 0, 4, what is that, 3 plus 6?
9.
9, yep. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 2 more.
9?
Nine
Wait,
plus
no.
2. 11. What is that, 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 8 is 17. 17. And now 1 plus 4 is 5. I add 8 to that. So 13, carry the 1,
3.
and that's 3. And now, and again, very particular. Notice I'm very rigid on the way that I carry numbers, and that I'm lined up perfectly. If your numbers aren't lined up, you need to do a better job of like spacing those out. I almost recommend you use grid paper today, and that way you can fill in the grid with the numbers that are always lined up underneath each other. Okay? All right, now that you have this, where does the decimal need to go? How many spots over?
3.
Oh.
4.
This had 2 decimal places, this one had 3 decimal places.
5.
5 decimals. So, you start back here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where it'll be. So it'll be 33.71940. And again, you wouldn't need the 0, but that's fine, okay? Now, here's the thing, before I start, you can kind of figure out what it's gonna be by guessing, but this one you can't, because it wasn't a whole number. This was almost like half, it was almost 0.5 half, and that's 72, half of 72 is 36, so for this one you can't like guesstimate, that's why I kind of picked it. Okay, questions on how that problem worked?
Nope.
I'm gonna leave that on the board today.
One
for
more.
problem. Okay, we got one more, we have to do the lattice method, okay? One more problem, so let me move the camera so we can see the second one. Okay. So let's talk about the lattice methods. Now, this is my second to last problem here, so we're gonna do lattice. So here's my example. We're gonna go 27.91, and we're gonna multiply by
31.
4.31. That'll work. Let's do that. Okay? So we're gonna do lattice method now. So now on lattice, this is the other type of multiplication. You just need to make sure that you set up the grid. Set up the grid with one number on the top, one number on the left. So you have the top versus I should say the right side. So top versus right side. And you need to fill in the numbers. And again, on this particular problem, you ignore the decimal. I should spell ignore right. Ignore the decimals. We'll fill in the decimals at the very end. So I'll just ignore it. Okay? Questions about lattice? Okay, let's set this up. Now, if you had grid paper, it's very nice and easy because you just snap each number to a grid. The 2, 7, 9, 1, those would be in their own little boxes. That's how I said snap it to a grid.
Yeah.
And then the numbers going down this direction would be the next 3 numbers you picked, which would be the 4, 3, 1. That's why I like the grid paper, because you can snap those numbers directly to a grid, and all these lines are going down, you know, have all the lines going down, all the lines are going across, so it makes your grid paper. Now when you start this, and you have all these set up and you have your numbers in there, you draw the diagonal lines through all the grids. And they just connect diagonally. Now some people don't do it the way that I'm doing it. They draw like really long connecting lines. I just draw the diagonal lines per line, per box.
That works still.
Yeah, it still works. Now, when you do this, you're just multiplying one number at a time, which is kind of nice. So let's start here. 2 times 4,
8.
8. And when it's a two digits, you can write both. If it's a single digit, you write 0. 8.
8.
Okay. 7 times 4.
28.
Yeah.
9 times 4.
Oh god.
9 times
36.
36. 1 times 4.
Oh, 4.
4. Perfect. Okay. Okay, good. That's the first row. Okay. Sam, I'll have you do the second one here. 1 times 3.
3.
3. So 0, 3. 3 times 9.
27.
27. Okay. 7 times 3.
21.
21. And 2 times 3.
That would be 6.
6, 0, 6. All right, and I'll do the last one for you guys, since you guys each did 1. 1 times 1 is 0, 1. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 7 is 7. And 2 times 1 is 2. Yeah, I picked the easy one. All right.
Boy.
All right. So, now, let's add these up. Now, when you add, you only add the numbers in the grid system, and you go diagonal. So this first number here is the number 1. When you add these up, that'll make a 12, and you have to carry a 1 to the next row. So then this makes 11, 18, 19. So we carry a number over to the next row. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12. Carry a 1 to the next column. Let's go to the next one. It's 11, 12, 13, 19, 20. Carry a 2. That's 10 plus 2, which is 12. Carry 1 to the next column, and that's 1. So my answers are 1, 2, 0, 2, 9, 2, 1. And then the decimal that I fill in last goes off of that. So how many decimal places?
So what time does the team leave then?
205.
4. 4.
4 decimal places. So
Okay.
decimal place, 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it always
Now
comes
is
from that.
this
So
your
120.
baby?
Yep. 2, 9, 2, 1. Varsity leaves at like
4?
4, I think, something like that.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so here's your answer. So it's about 120. And that should make sense. It was 27 times 4, or actually 28 times 4. So that makes sense. Okay, this will be about 120. Okay, I'm going to leave both examples on the board today so you have your homework. Okay? All right, here's your homework. This is going to be due on Tuesday next week. Now, what I recommend, if you didn't get that last assignment, page 99 and page 101 done, I'm going to give you time today to work on it because it's now late. So let me move my camera here, and I'm going to write the homework on the board.
It's already up there.
It is already up there. Oh, yeah. Page 104. 7 through 12. I always forget I was right up there in the morning. Page 104, numbers 7 through 12. Now, these exercises are exercise C. Make sure that you're looking at the top of the page. That's where the exercise C numbers are on that page, right at the very top. So it's 7 through 12. Make sure you're doing 7 through 12. It's like one of the rows or columns kind of going down.
So what time when you guys
So-
get back then?
And we'll be back like midnight, 1 o'clock tonight. So,
You're not gonna get back until what?
midnight, 1. 2 hour bus ride almost.
That's more of in the morning almost.